Hi boys and girls, how are you? Are you ready for art class? Alrighty, so today we're going to be doing an art activity inspired by the book The Dot. Now, September 15th is actually National Dot Day. So there's an actual date where everybody celebrates the ability of being creative and innovative through the use of paint, drawing, photography, sculpture, and it was all inspired by this book. So thanks to this book, we now have a national day where everybody gets to be a little bit creative and take something as simple as a dot to create a masterpiece. So that's the reason that we're doing this activity, because we want to celebrate National Dot Day. I know we're late, but it's okay. Within September, it's allowed. And so because we're still in September, we're going to do it. Better late than never. Now, here's what you're going to use. So before I read the book, let me go over all the materials, okay? You will need your watercolor paints, your water, mine's a little dirty, I'm reusing. You will need your little plate. It should have a little dot in the middle, okay? All the dots are different colors. So if you don't have the one that I have, that's fine. I went with all different colors because I want you to be creative and I want you to pick which color you're going to use for this masterpiece. Now don't get started yet. I will show you what to do, okay? And like always, you will need your messy mat. So get those things ready and let's read the book that inspired all these people to celebrate Dot Day. Ready? Alrighty, boys and girls, so this is our story. It's called The Dot, and it's written by Peter H. Reynolds. Now, Peter H. Reynolds is the author of the book and the illustrator of this book. So the illustrator is the person who does the drawings and the paintings in the book, all the little images. And the author is the person who writes the words or comes up with the story inside the book. So he did both of those things. He wrote the story and he did all the drawings for his own book. Now let's see. I wonder who this is and what he's gonna be doing. I wonder why it's called The Dot. Let's see. Let's find out. The Dot. Art class was over, but Bastian sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Bastian's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Bastian. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Well, just make a mark and see where it takes you." Bastian grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper towards Bastian and quietly said, "Now sign it." Bastian thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." So signing means that you're going to write your name. Let's see. The next week, when Bastian walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot that she had drawn. Her dot, all framed in swirly gold. Her teacher put it above her desk. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Bastian painted and painted a yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a purple dot. The blue mixed with the red. She discovered that she could make a purple dot. Bastian kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. So experiment means that you're going to try something without knowing what might happen, right? So he's going to experiment. I make little dots, I can make a big dot too. Vashtin splashed her colors with a bigger brush on a bigger paper to make a bigger dot. Vashtin even made a dot by not painting a dot. So she did the outside, but she didn't do the inside, and that created a dot in the center. Look at all these dots. At the school art show, a few weeks later, Vashtin's many dots made quite a splash. Look how many she made. So many of them. Vashtin noticed the little boy gazing up at her. "You're a very great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashtin. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashtin smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew the line. Vashtin stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." Isn't that what her teacher said when she made the dot? Remember? Her teacher just told her, "Well, now sign it." So he made a line and now he signed it. So the story of the dot inspires us to really be creative and think outside the box, right? Because something as simple as a dot can be transformed into hundreds of different types of dots that can form a whole art show, right? A simple dot can be done in many, 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 many different ways. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take the idea of the dot and we're going to make our own artwork. Now, boys and girls, we're going to start by doing our signature or signing it on the back. That way we know who made this beautiful piece of artwork. So I want you to flip over your paper, okay? And I want you to write your name on the back of your paper. Okay, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to write Miss Osta. So take your pencil and write your name behind the paper plate. Okay? Now flip it over. And just like in the story of the dot, we're going to start with a little dot and we're going to use that to build our big piece of artwork. So here's what I need you to do. Put your dot or your paper plate on top of your messy mat. Okay. Get your paints. Mine's a little stuck, but it's okay. It works. And now we're going to start our painting. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to create circles or lines that go all around that center dot. And I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? Okay, so take your brush, and like we always do, we're gonna get our paints wet, right? Wake them up. So put a little bit of water in all the paints. Okay? Okay, so now I want you to pick one of these colors. It can be any color you want, and we're going to make a circle around that initial dot. Okay, so take your paint and very carefully go around the dot. Okay, just like that. Okay, now clean your paintbrush and pick another color. I'm gonna go with green. You can pick whichever color you want to do yours. Okay, you don't need to do the same ones that I did. Now you don't want your lines to be super thick, but you can make them really small or a little bit bigger. Okay, it's up to you. I'm going to go with purple next. Now I'm not sure if you have more colors than I do in yours. There you go. to make sure that we don't have too much white space. Like that. Okay. Now let's say you want to make a color you don't have. You can still do that. Let's say you want to do like a different kind of pink. You can mix. I'm taking a little bit of the paint by dipping it inside my paints, and I'm going to put it on the side of the lid. Okay, and I'm just going to mix a few of the colors. Just make sure that when you pick up more color, okay, you're not mixing it in the original one. Let's see, what am I going to make? I'm going to make like a greenish gold color. Let's do that. You see how you can make a different color from the original just by mixing some of the paints in your tray pot or in the lid. You can have fun doing that. Okay. Oh, that looks like a gold color. Let's see. Let's try that one. Oh, I like that. It's like gold. Okay, let's do some blue. I think I'm going to make the blue a little thicker. So again, if your paintbrush is a little thirsty, it's a little dry, make sure you pick up water. Okay, so if yours is not moving slowly, nicely on your paper plate, it means that your paintbrush is dry. These are watercolor paints. That means you need to get them wet. Sometimes you don't even need to get paint, you just need to get water. Okay, so make sure you're getting some water from that cup that you have, okay? Let's do some more red. All around. Again, if it's too dark, it means that you're probably getting too much paint and very little water. So make sure you have more water on your paintbrush. Just like that. Let me get some more yellow and mix it with my gold. Like a bright yellow. Here, this one I'm going to make it really small. Small line. You can make your lines different widths. It can be thin or it can be small. I mean, thick or thick. Just like that. Okay, there you go. Now let's see, what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to go with orange. And I'm going to try and make a bright orange. Whoops. My paint's going everywhere. Okay. So just go ahead and make your dots. Okay, all around. Let's do some more purple. Again, if it's too dark, it means that you need to get more water. See how the water makes the purple lighter? You don't even need to pick up paint. You just need to pick up water. So just pick up some water and move that paint around. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Get some more paint. Color. Now if this happens like it did in mine, you can just dab it with a piece of paper, with a napkin, and it should pick up the color that just bled into everything else. Okay. I'm just going to use my finger because I don't have any paper tissues like that. And then I'm going to do the last one, my border. Now if you have your messy mat, you can do what I'm doing, which just paint outside of it. And it shouldn't matter if your messy mat gets dirty. I'm even going to pick up that paint from the messy mat. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Get a little bit more. A little bit more. Alrighty. And there is your dot day plate, paper plate. And there's your dot day paper plate. Okay, it'll look like this. Let me zoom out so you can see it a little better. Okay, you should have paint all around it, and it's okay if your lines don't look perfect. Right here it's smeared for me. Remember, if your paintbrush it's not going on your plate smoothly, it means that you need more water. Okay, if your paint is really dark, it probably means you have too much paint. You need to add more water. So make sure you're dipping your paintbrush in water to pick up that, to make it nice and smooth. Okay? Alrighty, boys and girls, have fun. Remember to save this one. We're actually going to do another activity that we're going to add to it, and this will become a flower. So save this activity. You will be turning it into me so that we can put it on our big mural of dot day activities. Okay? So save it, and for next week when we do the next activity, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.